everything into account, that we had to play our third game in 7 days, and playing Wednesday evening, having the early kickoff, taking that all into account, and then playing the derby and winning it with a great first half performance is good.
People keep saying that being 2-0 up is the worst thing Liverpool can be.
Yeah. No, but I think we had also the opportunity to score more, but 2-1, then especially in this game, Everton with the defense that they have, and then they keep coming, then you have to defend. But next time, we don't concede.
I think somebody said to me, I think they had maybe 9 attempts at goal and a couple, 3 or 4 on target, and we had 7. So maybe in the end of the day there wasn't so much between it. We've got no problems. The players are doing really well, and we just pulled up a little bit short against one of the best teams in the league, if not the best, and it shows that we're coming a long way.
You got a yellow card after the final whistle for a disagreement with the referee. Can I ask you what that was for?
He gave Kiernan a yellow card for taking a quick free kick, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, you can't give. We want to get we're losing. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to get the ball back in play and carry on playing, and he gives him a yellow card. It baffles me. That's so unheard of. I've never heard of that in my life. So I was just saying that to him, and then also I was saying, where'd you get 3 minutes from and 1 minute in the first half for extra time? I've never heard of that either. Come on. Yeah. Usually it's 4 or 5 minutes in it. So yeah, listen, it is what it is. We move on. And then I didn't even know that he gave me a yellow, actually, so that's news to me.
Well, he knows now. And he also talked about added time at the end of the game, but really it wasn't the second half where the game was won. It was a very different second half from the first, where Liverpool put it beyond Everton in the end.
Yeah, they were really bright and sharp first half. I think he made some changes which helped them, the freshness. But I thought what they did really well is utilise the space behind Everton's midfield 3 and the back 4. The gaps were too big, and Liverpool were really intelligent in how they got the ball in there early. We see early on, there's the Everton midfield 3, locked in on their opponents without really thinking about the space behind them. I kind of get it early on, but they get caught out. This time it's Kirkes from the left-back position, terrific ball, there's the space. Yeah, maybe the back 4 could squeeze up a little bit there, but the midfield's job early on, condense that space, be compact, then they're on to the back 4. They actually defend this one pretty well and get away with it, but it was an early warning for them, to be honest. Gravenberch, the holding midfielder, plays the ball, and then he just continues his run because they switch off, and there's that big gap again we're talking about. When you're playing against players of such quality, they're going to rotate positions, they're going to come in off the wide areas. The deep midfielder's bright, he's brilliant, by the way, he's been terrific the last 3 games. Szoboszlai in the familiar role, look, they're so preoccupied with looking at the ball that the gap behind them they're not thinking about, and maybe the communication between the back line and the midfield wasn't great, and again they get let off the hook here. Szoboszlai free on the edge of the box. I think it's Tarkowski gets the block on this occasion. Ekitike dropped into these lovely little pockets. He likes doing that. Gakpo swap places with him, and then of course good players, they find the spare man in the hole. And when you continually give up that space, as Everton did, you're going to be under the cosh. And at times they were hanging on, and Liverpool, were really dominant in that first half. Again, that man I've talked about, Gravenberch, he's in that space, a holding midfielder. He's gone past McAllister, he's gone past Szoboszlai, super little pass into the forward of Ekitike, who gets another goal and did really well this afternoon. To be fair to Everton in the second half, they must have talked about it because they were more compact, they won more second balls, they condensed that space more and didn't get too preoccupied with what was ahead of them. And from there they got a foundation into the game, but job done first half, really bright. Yeah,
they did improve, Everton, but could they have done more to stop the goals?
Yeah, I think they could have. I think the goals were really poor goals for Everton to concede. And, when you go into Anfield, you want to be tight, you want to be solid and not give any easy chances away, and I just felt the goals were too easy for Liverpool to score. So if we look here, you look at Ghana Guy in particular in the middle of the pitch, as Gravenberch lays the ball off, he just carried on his run. Michael Keane gets sucked across, I think too far, and then the minute that happens, Tarkowski should come across to cover him, but he doesn't. He goes too late, and Gravenberch carries on his run, and it's a wonderful ball and an unbelievable finish. And the second goal here, I think when you look at the back line of Everton, if you look at them there, they never get up, they never get compact, they never get together, they never get on one line. And as Danny said, with Ekitike, he's a good player. He's really clever here. He can see that Mykolenko is deeper. He knows he can stay in behind Michael Keane. And then Michael Keane can't get back. Tarkowski doesn't cover quick enough. But just here, if you look at Tarkowski, I think if he goes with his left leg, he blocks the shot. He doesn't. He shortens his stride and then goes with his right leg there, and then that allows Ekitike to get his shot off, and it's a fantastic finish. And from there, it makes it very difficult for Everton to get back in the game.
Don't you think, though, Wayne, that some of the confusion comes from Liverpool swapping positions a lot, and then they're like in between and they don't know who's picking who up?
Yeah, I do, but I think on the second goal there, John Pickford plays a long ball. So it's quite easy for Michael Keane, Tarkowski, the leaders in there to make sure they get up and they get on one line, because the minute you don't, that's what happens. They punish you.
The BBC drama series, The City is Ours, referenced there by Hugo Ekitike. Clearly a big fan. All episodes available now on iPlayer.
That's good.
Should you want to go and watch it. Look, as far as Liverpool's performance goes, Danny, again, they weren't at their best. Are there signs that they are going to kick into gear, maybe after the next international break, before then, later? What do you think?
I think there's good signs, because in most matches they've had great moments. I thought midweek was a really good performance overall, although they had a little spell in the second half. But today, the more obvious thing was the fatigue from Wednesday night in the second half as the game wore on. You could see that. But still so many new players forming relationships and understanding what each other does. You know, Ekitike is different to Isak. So if you're playing with either one, you have to learn their traits and their characteristics. So to win 5 out of 5, not playing at your best, is a phenomenal start for them, and actually a really good sign.
Let's see if we can do any better for you, Wayne, with the next one, because it's been a tough
against your rivals, and then you know that the second half could be very tough, and that's why I made my lineups throughout the week as I did, for the players to be ready for this one, because this was the most intense from the free. We knew this before, and you could see how well we can play if we are fresh. First 45 minutes, unbelievable, the way we played. But the second half was more difficult because of Everton, of course, but also because we ran a bit out of energy, but we didn't run out of mentality.
Those 4 changes that you made shows the strength of the squad that you have. How pleasing is it then to come through these 3 intense games with 3 victories? Yeah, but this is also the reason why teams like us, Chelsea, all the ones that are playing in Europe, need a squad like this, because you need to play so many games. So it's not an excuse. We have to accept it as it is. But we do have had some issues with Alexander Isak not training for 4 months. McAllister missing out a lot. I can go on and on and on, but the good thing is I do have the options to rotate throughout the week, and the ones that played 3 times 90 are Virgil, Ibu, Mo, Ryan and Dom, the ones that are used to this intensity at this level, and again they showed up really good. We'll be seeing them on Tuesday. I can tell you now, you won't be seeing them on Tuesday now. Yeah. If that's any help for Southampton, then they already know.
Just ask you about Ryan, because obviously great goal and assist, but it just feels like week in, week out, he's turning in just really consistent performances.
Yeah, as he did last season. So I think it's for every player the same. You need a team around you to show how good you are. And I know we have a lot of good players, like just mentioned. And Ryan, both goals were similar area that we attacked with, first with Ryan, second time with Hugo, with the pace these two have. And like I said, first half it was a joy to watch. Although we got a little bit of a warning just before halftime when maybe they were first shot on target, I'm not sure, but and second half you could see. That's always the difficult thing of conceding the 2-1. If you're already 2-0 up, then you're a bit in doubt maybe. Normally we're not in doubt. Normally we always just keep on attacking. But yeah, I've said enough about our schedule now and that reason. But again, I think we had better chances to score the third than they had to score the second.
Arne, with Ryan, I think he said in an interview on TV that you're giving him a bit more freedom to get forward more. this season. He actually didn't score a Premier League goal last season. He's got 2 already this. With a goal and assist today, he's showing his quality in the final third as well. And so can you sort of tell us about that plan to get him forward a bit more?
I think this is the evolution of a team. You constantly try to do different things. You try to keep what's really good, but other teams try to adjust to us as well. So we need to constantly evolve. Is that the right word? Evolve. And apart from that, we have different players now than we had last season. So sometimes you adjust a little bit also by the quality of the players you have now compared to the ones we had last season. So yes, he has I wouldn't say freedom, but he has the moments that he can help the attack. But that has a lot to do with the way the other team presses and the way. Yeah, it's this long story, but so yeah, he has a bit more freedom. Yeah.
Mike? Maybe a silly question with a 100% record, but would you like your team to manage games any better, or is that kind of impossible with the intensity of Premier League football?
No, I think we manage the game really well, but we don't manage some moments really well. So this was also the thing I said before the game. There's a lot to like, but we have to understand that a moment can change momentum. And this is what happened against Bournemouth, where we're 2-0 up, was our game, but a silly trick. We conceded 2-1. The set pieces against Newcastle, conceding just before half-time against Atletico Madrid, when we played so well also in the first half. So we have to understand that we have to understand that that a moment can change a game. No matter how well you play, no matter what you do, always fight for those moments. And this is where we can improve a little bit, but we managed the game in general really well. I don't think they had any chance after they scored the 2-1. But it always feels a bit difficult if you're only 2-1 up.
Arne, can I please ask you one more question about Ryan? He's picked up 2 goals and 2 assists here, and that's far better than last season. He seems to be so comfortable in this more advanced role in possession. You've never substituted him in all the games. I think that says a lot. Can you just tell me about his development recently, and also about his personality, because he seems never to want to be in the spotlight?
No, maybe not off the pitch, but on the pitch he does like the spotlight. But the thing is that I was planning to take him off after 60 minutes, but then we conceded a goal. And I think he took the spotlights mainly because of his attacking things he does. But I also see, and maybe you guys as well, how much he runs off the ball, how many times he's there to help out Connor when he's in a 2v1 situation, and the same for Dominic Szoboszlai. The amount of sprints they make to help Connor, but a bit Mo Salah as well, because of that we can leave Mo a bit more forward and get the best out of Mo also. So yeah, he's done very well, and now it's been maybe a bit more in the spotlight because he has these goals and assists. But even if he wouldn't have had that, he would have still played really well. But it's also nice that after 6 games there's something more positive than there is last season.
Another goal for Hugo today. There's obviously a lot of talk about Alexander Isak the last few weeks, but how impressed have you been with Hugo so far in his all-round game as well as his goals?
No, of course impressed, but to the extent that we knew what we brought in. So like any other team in this league, every team has 2 number 9s. You can see this at Everton today as well. We have 2 number 9s of excellent quality, like our competitors have as well. And now it's really a good thing because Hugo is definitely not ready, coming from a different league, to play 3 times 90 minutes in this space, in the way we play, because we have a high intense game. We constantly try to press. When the ball is out of play, our goalkeeper tries to start the play fast instead of taking a minute. So it's a high-paced game we try to play. And Alex is, as we all know now, because I've said it so many times, and I think this was out in the open before as well. He's only trained 2 weeks with a team where he didn't do for 4 months. So to